Hello everybody and welcome back to my little exploration of the Ordinator Conjuration skill tree. Okay, so what is our goal for tonight? Well, I think first and foremost we're going to go ahead and find Saadia and tell her about the Whiterun guard that are looking for her, and we'll get that kind of kicked off. And then I think our next order of business should be to change up our standing stone. Right now we're running the Lady Stone, which under the Andromeda Standing Stone overhaul gives you a lunar familiar that is conjured during combat. There's Saadia anyway. And that's kind of breaking our own summons right now. And it's going to be really hard to explore the capabilities of a summoner if your summons are cancelled out by your Standing Stone ability. So we're going to go probably just take the Mage Stone, the Mage Guardian Stone over in Riverwood. And I think that while we're there we may as well go ahead and do Bleak Falls Barrow. Oh, I never... There we go. Now he's going to look at us like the real creepy is. We'll go ahead and do Bleak Falls Barrow. It's something that I do with every character, so I know the layout of the dungeon really well, and it kind of accentuates the capabilities of the character in more of an isolated fashion when you have a constant to compare it against. So I think we'll do that, and then we have the Silent Moon's camp that we have the bounty for that we picked up from Holda off camera in the last episode. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? We're gonna need a lantern. They keep it dark in this inn, don't they? There she is.
Yes.
Did you know some Alakir warriors are looking for a Redguard woman?
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh no. They found me? I need your help, please. Come with me. I need to speak to you privately.
Ooh.
Please, come with me.
I'm coming. Hopefully she doesn't threaten to cut my fingers off or anything. That would be weird.
So, are you working with them?
Oh.
You think you can take me? You so much as touch me and you're going to lose fingers.
I knew it every time.
I mean it. I'll cut you in half. So the Alakir know where I am? What do they offer you? Gold? How many more of them are coming? Tell me.
Listen, lady, they just asked me to find you.
You can't tell them. Please, I need your help, and there isn't anyone I can trust here in the city.
Maybe. What do you want? Well, actually, let's do it for some money.
There will be. Of that, you can be assured. I am not the person that the people of Whiterun think I am. My real name is Eamon. I am a noble of House Suda in Hammerfell. The men who are looking for me, the Alakir, they are assassins in the employ of the Almarie Dominion. They wish to exchange my blood for gold. I need you to root them out and drive them away before they find me and drag me back to Hammerfell for an execution.
And how am I supposed to get rid of them?
They're mercenaries, only in it for the money. They're led by a man named Kamatu. Get rid of him, and the rest will scatter. I don't dare show my face, lest they recognize me, so you'll have to find out where they are.
Any suggestions as to how to get started?
I heard one of them was just arrested trying to sneak into the city. If he's locked up in the jail, perhaps you can get it out of him. Please, I know I'm asking you to do something difficult, maybe even dangerous. I just don't know who else I can trust.
Okay. And why haven't you gone to the guards for help?
You think I'd be in hiding if this was something I trusted town guards to handle?
Yeah,
These
right,
men
smarty
are
pants.
ruthless, cunning, deceitful. They'll pay off whoever they can. I can't trust anyone here in Whiterun. Guards and Jarls can be bought. And the Alakir are close. I'm running out of time, so I'm choosing to trust you.
Okay, well, seeing as how my dog is freaking out, I think we can end this conversation and move on with this. Sorry if you can hear her in the background. Okay, so I'm thinking, this character, in a real playthrough, he would probably be only doing this for the money. He probably doesn't care about doing the right thing for the right person. He would just be chasing the dollar signs wherever they would most likely be coming from. And in this case, he would probably trust more so that these Alakir warriors are better funded than some refugee from Hammerfell. So he would probably just turn around and head to Rorikstead and tip them off the location and get the bounty for that. For this little experimentation let's play thing that we're doing here, I just want more dungeons to go clear to gather experience for my skills and test out this guy in combat. So I'm going to follow the path here that will give us the most action, as it were. And that is to take Saadia's side, at least for the first half of this. So we need to head down to the Whiterun dungeon, which is
reforming the Dawn Guard.
Around the corner to the right here. And I'm hearing a sky shard. There it is. It's an odd place for one of these. So I'm running the ESO Sky Shards mod, and these Sky Shards here are sort of peppered out throughout the world in random places. The mod author does not provide a guide for where to find these. It's all to promote exploration of the world. If you find and activate 3 of these, you get a perk point. So we'll probably be finding a few of these on our travels. And that will help get us some more perks to play with too. Hey, you.
What are you looking at?
I need to find Kamado. Where's he hiding?
You have a death wish then? If you know that name, you must know to meet him would be to meet your end.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
But it seems we both have needs, friend. Perhaps we can help each other out.
Perhaps. What is it that you need?
I have dishonored my brothers by being captured, so they have left me here. My life with the Alakir is over now, but I have no wish to die in this god's forsaken land. If I can be released from prison, I may start over. See to that, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Oh, fine. How much is your fine?
100 gold will secure my release. You can afford that, can't you? I suppose you'd better hope you can, if you want the information.
Alright.
Get the money into the hands of one of these guards, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Really hope Saadia is paying more than 100 gold, a lot more. Alright.
Until next time.
Guard.
Brigands I can handle, but this talk of dragons? World's gone mad, I say.
You're not the first person who's mentioned dragons, but I haven't seen them. Anyway, I want to pay that prisoner's fine.
Done. Convince him to stay out of the city while you're at it.
Psh. I'm not going to pay gold to do your job for you. How about that? Hey. Where are you going, asshole? Here he comes. Alright, so let's talk about how we can help each other.
You buy my way out of here, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Fine's been paid.
Very well. Kamatu is west of Whiterun. It's an unassuming little cave called Swindler's Den. You realize if you set foot in there, you're never coming back out. They'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's your problem, not mine. Guard, my fine's been paid. Now set me free.
Okay, so now we... Now we have a target at Swindler's Den, all the way over here. So we'll probably go ahead and try to kill Kamatu and everything just to test out our new powers. But first, we have a date with the Guardian Stones over here near Riverwood. So let's go ahead and go do that, shall we? Well, it's really dark out here at this time of night. I guess it's still technically dusk. I have my EMB settings to the lightest setting possible for indoor and outdoor during night times. But I guess this is still too early in the morning, and it's raining. That doesn't help. So it's unbelievably dark. This character also doesn't have a night eye ability yet. I mean, I can still toggle the ENB on and off, and that kind of helps a little bit. But it doesn't look great when I turn the ENB off. So the darkness, as inconvenient as it is immersive, it is realistic, and with the EMB running, it does look better. At least the parts you can actually see while in the dark, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to tweak that. It's not always going to be this dark. I think it's just a perfect storm of darkness right now. Okay, Mage Stone. Those under the sign of the Mage can cast more effective spells and scrolls. They gain additional experience in all mage skills, and you may only have one blessing at a time, one sign blessing at a time. Okay. Alright. That should get rid of that lunar monstrosity that's been plaguing us. And on the way out here, I'm surprised that we didn't run into those wolves that are just off the path over here to the right. Oh, I'm going the wrong way now. Back to Riverwood. On our way, we might go ahead and take on, what was it, Ironbind Mine? I feel like I'm calling that the wrong name, but whatever, pretty close. Still have our Ancestral Guardian. I don't know if we'll be making much use of this, if this were an actual character concept. I don't know... Oh. If we'd be using Ancestral Guardian all that much. That spell is more of calling a dead relative to come help. It's not really a Daedric construct as everything else, or not everything else, but most things in this tree and what this character concept would be based on. So if I were going to do a full roleplay series of this character, I would probably stick to the more Daedric constructs like Atronachs and the other different Daedras that you can summon, especially at the higher levels. But for now, we're gonna mess around with this guy or this lady, Aunt Mildred, if you are familiar with the Ashes series. Still trying to decide if we would be using sneak for this character concept. Not really sure. Ha! So far so good. Now nobody has managed to kill our... Oh, Avenging Wraith, not Guardian Ancestor. I think the Guardian Ancestor, or the Ancestor Guardian, is the thing that the Dunmer can summon. Avenging Wraith. Gotta drill that into my memory because I'm gonna call it by the wrong name over and over again if I don't. It looks like we're already leveling up again. I can hardly keep up with all this. So another point in Magicka, and then we'll have a point in all three on our next 3 levels. I don't think we're ready for any new perks in this tree yet. We can take Pact Magic. This implies synergy with destruction magic, which is good to know. We'll have to take some of that on. You can summon or reanimate one additional minion. Okay, this is very important. 2 summon minions, or anything that will actually increase our total minion count will be very important. March of Oblivion here is probably the ultimate perk that we're going to be taking for this character concept. Okay, and then what do we have over here? Anything... Level 90, why is that so low down? And then in a couple of Conjuration levels we can take Void Burn as well here. Bound weapons. Brand victims with unholy energy for 5 seconds, holding magic and stamina regeneration while draining 15 points per second. When both are depleted, the energy starts devouring their flesh, dealing 15 points of magic damage per second. Okay, this is really important. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just go ahead and bank this perk point. We're going to take Void Burn for sure, and then probably Edge of Oblivion. I think that's the most important. Those are the most important perks we want to take for right now. Oops. Here we go. Oops. Not much reach on the Conjured Blade there, is there? Money is still important to buy spell books. I really don't have the time this series to go through the spell research process of unlocking new spells. In more of a long play, roleplay or let's play, I would use it. But this is just kind of a quick and dirty, what can I do in this perk tree type let's play. So it looks like our one perk, what's it called? One more in Magicka, and then one in each of health and stamina. Soul Raider. It's working because it tried to harvest the soul of that last bandit, but we didn't have a black soul gem to fit it. We're still not quite at 50 yet. We need one more level in Conjuration. So let's see, what should we take now, I wonder? Block, maybe? Block will help us with both one-handed and two-handed. Let's do that. We have some alteration perks we can probably fill now too. Clairvoyance, sure, why not? I can see the schools of magic that Connor is into changing based on which Daedric prince he's worshipping at the time. Go. Can disenchant that for some enchanting levels. So I can see him doing pretty much any of the schools of magic and really concentrating on them and becoming masterful in any of them. And you can even do the same thing for like Molag Bal, maybe, or some of the more, let's see, the orc one. I can't think of his name right now. Malakath. There are even Daedric princes that would allow him to probably become more skilled in combat as well. So the ceiling for this character is very high when you consider that kind of thing. Alright, maybe I'll let the Wraith take care of him. Oh, maybe not. I was gonna go take care of the Archer while the Wraith was busy with that other guy. Let's go ahead and summon another one now. Oh, it rolled right off the bridge. That hurts. Okay, the Wraith softened him up. Let's go ahead and get some healing in here. Conjure another Wraith. Stack the odds in our favor. Here we go. And there we go. It's working out pretty well, I think. I'm still on Adept. We're probably getting high enough level now that Adept would start to become easy if we're leveling up correctly. I've pretty much just been concentrating mainly on Conjuration, so I don't know if I'm leveling up completely correctly, but not doing anything terribly wrong, which is encouraging. I suppose we should also think about followers too. We were just at the Bannered Mare in Whiterun, and Uthgerd is there. We probably wouldn't have been able to beat her in a fist fight, at least not yet. But it got me to thinking about how this character could benefit much from a follower, as many characters can in this game. Followers, especially when you start increasing the difficulty level, they become very strong. So, I was thinking about how like ways to add followers to this guy that would make sense for the character. And what I'm thinking is he probably would have a hard time recruiting people because he's not good at speechcraft. I only got that one skill point. I guess I gotta meditate to Xerxes more. I'll have to take a look at that too. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. I mean, we're exploring now, so why not? Let's see. Blessing of Joffrey. We still have this thing? Alright, Grail of Betany. Worshipper of Xerxes. If you read a skill book while meditating, Xerxes grants an extra skill point. Okay, so I need to go into the animation, the meditating animation before reading the skill book, I suppose. Magic resistance increased by 15%. Also gain 15%. Magicka is. Okay, so this is just my Breton ability. Worshipper of Xerxes. Explore new locations. Read the stories of others. Study a wide variety of spells. Bretons are most deserving of my favor. Okay, so we're doing all that correctly, I think. Now I wonder if you can actually activate items while in the meditation pose. Let me see here. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll have to make note of that too. I don't foresee this character being stuck with the Xerxes deity for too long. He's going to switch over to any Daedra as soon as he encounters one. Speaking of which, I did actually ask Orgnar in the Sleeping Giant about any rumors, and he did point me at the Shrine of Azura up here. So we can get started on that fairly soon too. I don't know if we'll make it this episode, but most probably by the next one, I would think. So, okay, this is done. We have our standing stone issue fixed. 10:03. Oh, we do have a level. Let's go ahead and use this then. Stamina, and then we're back to 2 on Magicka. Okay. So we have 2 perks to use, and I want to use them both in the Conjuration tree here. So now we can add a second summoned minion, which is great. But now the trade-off on this is when you do not command a summon or a reanimated minion, you lose 250 points of armor and 50% magic resistance. Okay, so that's going to hurt. We're going to want to have a summon all the time, so we're going to need to keep on top of that. So we're going to need to, as soon as one goes down, we're going to try to need to be on top of spawning another one. Okay, and this will give a lot more punch to our bound sword as well. There we go, and we can also take Pact Magic here. Destruction spells and effects are 10% more effective for each friendly conjured deja. Okay, so this would require more of an investment in destruction, which is not a bad thing. Right now we are using summoned weapons primarily as our own personal source of damage, along with the damage that our summoned creatures are dishing out. But destruction magic is definitely, I can see it definitely being useful for a summoner character like this. We'll have to try to find a spell whenever we get, oh, do we have a spell? I thought we had sparks at some point. Did I take that? No, I don't have any destruction. Conjure or animate menu before the fires of oblivion take you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we need to make sure that our Wraith is out all the time. I think that message was from that perk that we took. What's it called? I was just looking at it. Edge of Oblivion. So we need to make sure that we have a minion all the time. At least during combat situations. It's not going to really affect us outside of combat. Okay, so let's go ahead and take on Bleak Falls Barrow, shall we? For being a mage, Connor really likes to use his knuckles a lot, doesn't he? Oh, crap! That guy came out of nowhere. Out of stamina. Okay. Phew. Alright, let's heal up. And loot. It looks like now that the weather's cleared up, it's a lot easier to see out here. It's not nearly as dark. So it looks like it's only really going to be a problem when it's stormy out, which does happen quite often with the different weather mods and stuff that I'm running. So we're going to need to figure out a night eye mechanic for this guy. Ooh, yeah, okay, now we got 2 Avenging So I've found that the wraiths work better as a ranged support than they do as a frontline tank. Okay. So, this may not be the construct for this character. This character really needs a tank because he can't take a lot of punishment on his own. Something tells me the Flame Atronach is going to be the same way, like even less, because at least the Wraith will take out her dagger and melee when things get hairy and close. The Flame Atronach actually will fly away pretty quickly. And again, I am using a controller, so I'm limited to 2 hotkeys. I've tried the different mods that add hotkeys to controllers, but they tend to miss inputs every now and then. And that's just not worth the trade-off for me. Getting some levels in block, that's good. Oh, mistimed our dodge there. Okay, let's get some healing. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to use these hotkeys. Do we still have a Wraith around here somewhere? Let's conjure another one just to be sure. Here he is. Okay, take advantage of that wildcat mechanic where if you hit someone with a melee attack or a spell while they're drawing a bow or charging a spell, it'll cause a stagger. Very nice. Let's see, there was that barbarian type down here. Oh, and here comes the other Wraith. Nice of you to join us. Oh, we can use those gloves. Not going to give us much in the way of protection, but it will cover our hands and will give us an extra slot for enchantment when we get there. And it looks like we should be ready to level up again before we go inside. Alright, so I don't remember, did we take health last time? I think we did, so we're going to take stamina this time, magicka the next 2 times. Okay, I don't think... Oh yeah, we do. We have one more thing that we can take over here. Pact Magic, and that's for the destruction spells. And we don't have any destruction spells yet, but we do have the Frostbite Staff that we haven't used much at all, actually. And right now I don't think we need it, so I'm going to skip this for now. What's next, actually? While you charge or concentrate on a spell, friendly conjured Daedra within 30 feet. Gain 30% extra attack damage. Okay. So this is worth thinking about because 30% extra attack damage is a lot. So if we do have destruction spells going and we're either charging up like a firebolt or a fireball or holding a flame spell on an enemy, our conjured Daedra are going to be 30% stronger. So this is kind of begging us to take on destruction. So I'm thinking that we're gonna adopt more of a spell sword play type with this. So we're gonna conjure up our Daedra constructs here, and then switch to a destruction spell in our left hand and a bound sword in our right. Now, if we're using a bound battle axe or a bound bow, we're not going to get any benefit from this. So maybe that's telling us that the spell sword play type needs to be our primary play style, and then we can switch to the battle axe and the bound bow as needed. I'll actually take the destruction mastery when we actually get a destruction spell. For now, let's see what we have in alteration that we can use. Definitely that. I don't think I want to go down the Vancian magic road with this. Geomancer, if wearing robes and no light or heavy armor, you take 30% less damage from attack while charging or concentrating on a spell. Okay, let's not go too far down that road. We're definitely concentrating on Conjuration, but I do want to keep my eye open for synergy opportunities here. Okay. So we're ready to keep moving, huh? Alright, let's make sure we have some wraiths. Go ahead and summon a new one here too. There we go. Now there should be a few skeever in here that we can use to fill some soul gems. We did get one from a wolf earlier. That was good. Geez, I almost want to increase the difficulty level on this. But I kind of know better. I don't want to be challenged too much by the gameplay here while I'm just trying to explore perk trees. That would really slow us down a lot. It'd be a little counterproductive at this point, I think. But it's nice to know that even with a character as squishy as this one right now, we can play at expert or higher difficulties without too much issue, I think. It's always easier said than done, but we're having such an easy time at Adept here that I don't think we'd have any problem with Expert. Okay, we're going to take this downtime to conjure some more wraiths, just to make sure. That's going to be a constant battle for this guy. Just constantly summoning more and more minions to avoid that debuff. Can you actually dual wield, or... Oh yeah, you can. Oh, but it goes to the left hand. That sure is annoying, isn't it? Why'd they do that? I wonder if there's a mod to fix that. I think that's probably closer to game engine code than it is to creation engine. Something you could fix in the creation kit or via scripting, I don't know. But it's worth looking into, I think. Being able to have a summoned weapon for as long as possible via dual casting would be very, very useful, I believe. Isn't there usually a potion right here? That's odd, isn't it? So odd, in fact, that I'm going to quick save because I don't know what to expect now. Okay, that guy's fine. Yeah, let's go for it. He's got a rapier. Oh no, that's a short spear. There we go. Usually I just let that guy take care of himself, but since we're trying to level up, quickly as possible here. What's next now? Or are those skeever from in there? Probably. But since we're trying to level up as fast as possible, I decided just to go ahead and take them on. Snake whale is what we're going for here. Now I want these raids to cool down because I want to take care of these skeever with the bound bow in order to get their souls. So maybe I can get in there quick enough to get to him before the wraiths do. Here we go. 2 and 3 souls. There we go. Hopefully I didn't contract a disease there. Oh yeah, not looting the gross stuff. Connor's not into that. I just really don't see this character archetype doing alchemy. I just don't see much synergy other than, you know, creating potions to buff Conjuration and... Oh, I forgot to do that. Damn. You know what? That's worth maybe loading up this save point here. Just to get that mechanic down and reinforce it in my own brain here and in the muscle memory. Alright, bozo. What was that I said about not being able to provide quality gameplay? That was pretty good, I must say. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get our skeever souls. Ooh. There we go. Heal it up, and we'll go ahead and quick save so I don't screw it up again and have to go all the way back. Okay, see how this works now. Let's go ahead and get into our meditation pose and pick up this. Okay, so that was pickpocket, right? And I haven't taken anything in pickpocket, which would have put me at level 15. So yeah, that brought me up to level 17. That did work. Awesome. So now we just have to remember to do that every time we come across a skill book. At least for as long as we have this Xerxes blessing. Okay, so now we have this spider fight coming up, which is going to be interesting. In order to deal any damage, you know what? I might actually use the Staff of Frostbite for this one. Just to have a ranged option. Because I don't want to be all up in that giant spider's business without any armor or anything else to protect myself except for blocking with a bound blade and whatever oak flesh spell I have going on. Okay, that's another spell research thing we'll hold on to. Oh, and that's that Oblivion. What's that called again? May as well level up too. Magicka, one more Magicka, and then we'll take a health and stamina. I'm trying to remember the names of these two, just so I can reference them later. Edge of Oblivion. My summons ran out, so it hurt me there and gave me the little sound effect. That's kind of cool, I gotta say. Alright. So for this one, we're gonna make sure that we have our wraiths summoned, both of them. We're gonna need a summoned sword and our Staff of Frostbite in our offhand. And a quick save. Come here, beastie. Alright, that didn't go so bad, and actually captured a soul. I thought the giant spider there had a stronger soul. Oh, you want down, huh?
You, over here. It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Not gonna mess with him. The journal, the claw. I know how it all works. Alright, so we're not grabbing anything from the spider because ew. We'll take stuff from urns though, we don't mind that. No, no egg sacs. Oh, he stubbed his toe, look at that. Isn't that the worst? Okay, we still have both of our wraiths, that's good. Okay. Now, this staff is going to be less effective against these undead here, so I'm going to go ahead and lose that. I might go ahead and refresh our wraiths, though. And a sword. And we got trouble. Okay, easy peasy. Let's see here. Look like the quarterstaff animation was... Oh, the Draugr don't have the animated armory animations because they're not humanoid. That's fine, but we did get the short spear animation on that bandit outlaw, I think, that we fought. That's fun. It definitely forces you to change your timing if you're trying to go for timed blocks anyway in melee, which I highly suggest doing because it really spices up melee in this game, which is much needed from the vanilla version. It doesn't become as much of a button masher at that point, or at least it doesn't have to be. You can make it that way if you want. I wonder if those wraiths are gonna trigger. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead, Jim. Alright, more wraiths. Oh. Okay, I want to resummon our sword here. Wraiths should be fine. I actually should get in the habit of resummoning the raids, at least during this little experiment here. Just because that's going to help us level the Conjuration tree a little faster. Which is the name of the game right now. Okay, another soul gem, that's good. Yeah, I may as well take the helmet too, we can sell it. One thing I've noticed too with the summoned blade, in third-person view, you can't do the block cancel, which is a feature added by TK Dodge, I believe. In first-person view, no problem. I don't know. I think that might be an issue with animated armory. Although I don't know why it would affect third-person animations for vanilla weapons. I don't know. Wait a minute, was there a vanilla weapon in here somewhere? Agent Nord. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. No. Because I remember I used to do this with Alicel. And it wasn't even a vanilla weapon, it was the crafted katanas. I was able to cancel with a block in third-person view. Anywho. Not a deal breaker, I suppose. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That was really rude of me, wasn't it? Alright. Let's get through these first. Ooh, that was close. Okay. We'll put a stop to those blades. Okay. Conjuration is at 63. What can I do with this? Okay, so I can get Maelstrom. It's not something I can use right now, though. Void Burn. Hollow Binding. Bound weapons cut through flesh and spirit, reducing magic resistance by 30% for 5 seconds. Okay, great. So this drives home a little more the spell sword. Destruction in one hand, bound weapon in the other. Archetype that it seems to be asking us to do here. So we really should concentrate after this on getting some destruction spells. And getting familiar with that in combat. Okay, so this stuff is getting pretty strong. I like it. What can we do with alteration over here? Looks like we can take a distorted shape. When you gain an armor spell in combat or enter combat with an active armor spell, you become intangible and unable to be affected by spells or attacks for 10 seconds or until you perform an offensive or defensive action. That is very useful. Don't mind if I do. And we still have one more perk to use here. Go ahead and put it in destruction for now, just because we have already determined that's where we're going with this. Alright. So let's summon up some wraiths, shall we? Go get them. Oh! Help me! Go focus on that other dude. Yeah, he really didn't like me, did he? That's alright. I don't imagine too many people in this game would like Connor. Being the old demon worshipper he is. Smack him in the forehead with your conjured weapon there. That Void Burn really got him on that one. Adds a nice little poison effect to it, doesn't it? Especially after a power attack like that, when their stamina is already depleted. And we have yet another level up. You know, I gotta say, if I weren't really trying to concentrate on exploring these perk trees, these level ups would get pretty annoying. It's really hard to get a good flow when you're constantly trying to level up. Okay. Refresh our raids here. Bound sword. You okay? Okay, so this is the knockout mechanic, I think, that I have installed. It doesn't seem to be working on her. It's triggering, but it's not letting me revive her. Oh, but I can use that spell. Let's try this. See if this works. I should probably actually favorite this. I can expend stamina. There we go. Hey, that's not so bad, huh? I'll take it. Okay, let's favorite those other things too. Meaning Atronach Mark. Okay, I really want to try this one out. And Consuming Power. Let's make it a point to try those in the next few encounters. Ooh, some good stuff. Okay, let's continue, shall we? Really want to harvest those glowing mushrooms there, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so let's try the Atronach Mark on this. We're gonna go ahead and cast a couple of wraiths just to refresh them. And then we're gonna hit this guy with the mark. Is there a guy? There's a troll over here somewhere. Where'd he go? Where are ya? There he is. Come here. Alright guys, need your help. Where'd you go? You still here? I need some avenging here. Oh god, he's slow. Alright, let's try again. Oh, it has to be a melee strike, it looks like. Okay, so that's good to know. Atronach Mark will not work well with the ranged ones. I wonder if the Flame Atronach will actually trigger that. It's probably a range thing. I wonder if it just gives these constructs an invisible cloak. that triggers the detonation when they're hit. I don't know. Or maybe it gives the NPC that your target an invisible cloak that has a trigger range on it. Okay, well, I would like to try that with the Flame Atronach, just to... Oh yeah, we're not gonna fish around in the Frost Troll body. Just to test that theory. So let's go ahead and switch it up to our Flame Atronach first, and then we'll try the Cat Totem later, because I think the Cat Totem is a melee construct. So we'll try it with that too, but we'll do Conjure Flame Atronach first. Oops, that was wrong. Let's favorite that, unfavorite that. Ooh, this takes up a lot more magicka, doesn't it? That's not good. Ugh, the raids are so much cheaper. We might have to concentrate on our magical pools here. For a little bit. And just as I say that, I take the stamina. Okay. Do that next time. Let's see, destruction here. Okay, we do have a perk in destruction here. That should level up pretty quickly once we get a spell that can handle it. We'll go ahead and do Maelstrom now too. We'll just have to make a mental note to make sure to use that. So maybe when we come out on the other side to Riverwood, when we take the Golden Claw back to Lucan, we'll see if we can buy some destruction spells off of him. I feel like this character is going to have a lot of options in terms of what he can do. Let's see if we can get that to detonate here. Oh yeah. Seems to work better with the Atronachs than it does with the Wraiths. Nice. And I can also, if I remember to charge this spell while the Atronachs are doing their work, it'll do a lot more damage. Problem is, I can't charge the spell and dodge roll at the same time. Okay. Nice. Okay. So that's some pretty good synergy there. That's a nice option to have to boost this stuff up. I like it. So I wonder, is that... okay, level up again. This Atronach mark, does it only affect Atronachs? No, just summoned or reanimated minion. So I wonder if it... it didn't seem to be working with the Avenging Wraith's ranged attack, though, did it? It looked like it worked when it was attacked by the dagger, but not the magic attack. Interesting. Okay, so this might be a tough battle here, so let's go ahead and refresh our... oh, jeez. What the hell? Where did she come from? Refresh our minions here. Wait for our magicka to recharge. We only need one for this. Non-dual cast will be fine. Shouldn't take too long. Just need to trigger the resurrection there. Some finger gymnastics to be able to pull all this off here. Okay, but that worked out pretty well. I got the dodge roll in there while trying to charge the spell the whole time and keeping Atronach Mark active. Not bad. Okay, a frost enchantment, that should be good. Oh, Meridia's beacon. Okay, that might be our first Daedra experience.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
She's so demanding and then yet so loving at the same time. Reminds me of my wife. Alright. Those Atronachs are funny. They can float around in midair and sort of levitate, but they can't jump. Okay, shouldn't encounter too much in the way of trouble here from here on out. So we need to sell off all this junk. We need to disenchant some of our items. We have some ancient powerful artifacts through spell research that we can break down. I can do that off camera, not a big deal. We have some destruction spells to buy. And then we have some more dungeons to clear. So we still have Swindler's Den over here for the Saadia quest. We have the Silent Moon's camp up here for the bounty. We have Azura's Shrine over here for our one of our Daedric quests, and we have Meridia's beacon now that we need to follow up on. So we have a lot on our plate here. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm running Ryek's End here as the player home. It gives a nice central. It's like right over here, I think. It gives a nice central, localized, sort of simple player home. It's small, it's out of the way, it's not too lavish. I'll go there and I'll use the enchanting table there. But yeah, I think where are we coming up on? Yeah, I think we're reaching the sort of limit of how much I want to record for each episode here. So that'll do it for this one. We got some more dungeons to clear and more levels to take next time. I am looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And I will see you then. Bye.